Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's the month of December, and we are very privileged um to to welcome you on this Saturday evening. Uh, it's it's uh it's December and it's World Disability Month. So happy World Disability Month to everyone. Um, Today we have we have a very special guest. Um, he he is a chief chief distribute chief distribution and marketing officer for MCIS. He is also a active sportsman uh, representing Malaysia for cricket. He's been married for 30 years and has three daughters who, like him, is a vegetarian. So, on his main interest is our climate change, women empowerment, and spirituality. Today, on this beautiful Saturday evening, on an evening with Rajvin and Waran, he is going to share his experience, um, his experience that he had in India with um, regarding the reversal of age. It's not about anti-aging; it's about biological changes within our body. Please join me in welcoming uh, the the very special um, Pak Jo Raghunath Murthy.
Thank you, Rajvin. I'm glad to be with you today. I've known you since you were a baby. So I'm happy to see that you've grown up, and what you're doing today really touches my heart. And I'm so proud of you. I'm very very proud of you where you are today. Thank you once again for inviting me over to share a little bit of my experience. In India when I went for this therapy called reversal of age. Yeah, thank you.
So let us rock the stage by begin with our questions.
Yep.
Uh, Tell us more about yourself and your family.
Okay. Like just you had a short introduction. I've been in the business of financial services for more than 30 years right now. And I've traveled quite a bit. I've been working in Indonesia, Vietnam, Cambodia, for a while in America too. And came back to Malaysia in 2018 to start my career back again in Malaysia. So presently, I'm the chief distribution and marketing officer for a small life insurance company called MCIS Life. As far as the family is concerned, yep, I'm married. I got three daughters who are all working. Two of them are working. One is actually in UK. And presently, actually, I'm in Manchester right now because I'm staying over with my daughter here. So it's for you, it's 8 o'clock in the evening. For me, it's 12 o'clock in the afternoon right now. So that's a bit of the family. But in the social world, I'm also a Rotarian, just like Mr. Waran is a Rotarian. I'm also a Rotarian, and what do you call? I also get involved with a lot of social activities, and like you mentioned earlier, the passion I have is about climate change, environment, which I think is a big thing today. And also, of course, women empowerment. What are the things that we should do to empower women? And the other aspect of life is the spiritual life, which is what I'm going to share today. Yeah. Thank you.
I understand that. I understand that. You look very very young. So what's your secret to being young? Young, yeah.
Uh, I don't know what is the secret, but definitely, you keep your body and mind and soul aligned. exercise a lot, spend time meditating, and live in the present. Living in the present. I think that's important because sometimes we worry too much about the future and we regret about the past. And that might not be helpful. Yeah, yeah.
So, um, so I understand that you were into the reversal of aging. I mean, can you uh, can you explain more about this concept?
Yeah, okay. So, Rajvin, so I have to tell you a story, as so to get to the point of this reversal of age, So it's actually my experience when I went to India to participate in a program called Panchakarma. So in Sanskrit, Pancha means five, Karma means action, In this program, basically, it's a detox program where they enter into all the holes of your body and to detox you internally, and this program's main objective is to cleanse the inside. So, example, one of the cleansing that they do is they actually do something called bloodletting, taking out your bad blood. Actually, I had some pictures of this program. Maybe later you can post it in the Facebook page so that people can visualize the activities that I went through. So they have things that they actually go into your ears and start doing detox program for your ears, nose, and throat. So this is a program that I've participated maybe 2-3 times. And one particular time when I went for this program, there were a lot of other people who were also taking part in Panchakarma. And there was this interesting guy who, most of them are Europeans because they sort of like this kind of activity. So there's one interesting guy who started talking to me about reversal of age, which I felt, I couldn't believe it, when he said about reversal of age and how, and he gave examples of how the in India, a lot of gurus, the saints, they can live for so many years and still healthy, So when he started talking about that, I was pretty intrigued about this, and I thought maybe I should start doing a little bit of research. But at that time, there was not much information about it in the internet, so I could not find. But one fine day, while I was just browsing it, and I suddenly realized there was some write-up about this reversal of age, and in Sanskrit, it's called Kaya Kalpa. Kaya means body, Kalpa means transformation. Okay, so it's transforming your body. So that's basically what it means in Sanskrit, Kaya Kalpa, and it's a 5 to 10,000 year ancient Indian science. It's very, very deep Indian science, but many, many, many years ago, which is been lost. Somehow or another, this science has been lost, but they are now slowly discovering this science, and they are, and doing it in a commercial term. So when I discovered that there was this particular thing, Kaya Kalpa, I decided to go back to India. Decided to discover what is this all about. So I went to Kerala. There's one particular center. Actually, there's only 2 centers in India. Maybe now, maybe a couple more centers, but there were two centers, and this particular center, it does on a trial basis. People who want to try it out. So I thought maybe I would just go and try it out. What is this? Kaya Kalpa or reversal of age is concerned? So I went to the center. It's in, like I said, it's in India, Kerala. And in this center, basically, what we had to do is we have to go through. Yeah, you can see some pictures there. And thanks to Waran. So this is some of the pictures. It's called Atriya Ayurvedic Center. So when you go to this center, basically, I had to go through another round of Panchakarma for 21 days. So basically, I stay there. It's a villa, a beautiful place. In a paddy field area. For these 21 days, basically, they do what I was telling you earlier: a cleansing of the your internal body to detox yourself. And after that, after doing the detox, then the session of Kaya Kalpa takes place. Okay, so what is Kaya Kalpa and what is it exactly they do? So let me just share with you. You might not believe this, but like I said, this is an experience that I myself went through, and it's just simply amazing. So what is Kaya Kalpa? Kaya Kalpa, in a very, very easy term, it's actually bringing you back to your mother's womb. Okay, so that's the concept, to bring you back to your mother's womb. So if you're in your mother's womb, basically you're in total darkness. Your five senses, basically there's no five senses. A sense of hearing, touch, smell. All that you don't have. So they create a hut. They call it kuti. Kuti in the language is called hut. They create a hut which has three chambers in the heart with a special ventilation. Okay, and these three chambers and the ventilation, the idea of this heart is to disable your five senses. So meaning to say you're unable to see. Okay, this is the heart. What you see the photograph is that's the heart. That's the first day that I'm actually entering the heart. So this heart basically disables your five senses. Or minimize it, especially your sight. So it's total darkness inside there. I just had a candle just to show it, to take this photograph. But basically, when you go inside there, it's totally dark. I mean, you can't even see your fingernails. Okay, and because of the way that the chamber is constructed, you can't hear any noise outside. So your hearing is also you can't hear anything. Maybe early in the morning the birds are chirping. Maybe you can hear that. But other than that, it's completely silent. So it's like solitary confinement. You're just alone inside there, and then as far as food is concerned, they just only give you milk and some herbal drink. So just like you, when you're in your mother's womb, you're only connected with the umbilical cord, and what your mother feeds you is just liquid. So similar like that, they just give you only milk, and only twice a day, in the morning and in the evening. And so also the way they provide the food for you is also very, very special, because they want to make sure that they don't have much noise, and they don't want to disturb you because you are sitting inside this particular kuti. So the real what you call Kaya Kalpa actually takes place for 90 days. Okay, meaning to say somebody goes inside this kuti completely alone, staying alone, disabling all these five senses, and they stay inside there for 90 days, 3 months. There's no reading, there's no handphone, there's nothing. Completely you and yourself. It's just like you were in your mother's womb for 9 months or so. Here you are in this particular kuti for 90 days, 3 months. Okay, and the effect of this 90 days, again, I didn't do 90 days, so I only did 15 days, but I will share with you some of the effect. But the effect of this 90 days that you go in is unbelievable. I mean, you guys can read it. Those who are watching, you can actually read. Today, it's in the internet. You can go and read it, but you won't believe some of the effects. Some of the things that actually takes place is that your hair will start dropping, and a new set of hair will grow. All your skin will peel off just like snake, and then a new set of skin will be there. So this is what you will see in the outer side, but basically in the internal side, because you're there for 90 days, it's a rejuvenation of your cells. So all your dead cells are rejuvenated to newer cells. So meaning to say, if you're 50 years old and you go in and your heart is 50 years old, but when you go in and after these 90 days, your heart might be 30 days. I mean, 30 years old. So basically they rejuvenate your internal organs so that you live longer, healthier. You might not look younger because that's what most people want to do. They feel that they go inside there, they look younger, but it's not that point. The point is that you live healthier. And so even though you're 100 years old, 120 years old, you do not face the problem of 100 years old, 120 years old person. And this can be seen in India, where many years ago, all this the swamis, the gurujis, they live for 100 over years, and they're still able to have a conversation. Their mind is still sharp, and the reason is because they practiced this art of Kaya Kalpa, of course, which is lost right now. So part and parcel of it is, other than also rejuvenating your organs with new cells, and part of the idea is also your mind. How your mind becomes clear, with clarity, how you can remember things, because when you grow old you tend to forget a lot of things. So your clarity in your mind, the sharpness in your mind, and this also takes effect. Okay. So that's basically, in a very nutshell, because I've only got 30 minutes, so I thought I'll just go through very fast. And basically that's what actually happens if you go through this for about 90 days. But like I told you, I didn't go for 90 days. I just went, excuse me, I just put on my, okay, I didn't do for 90 days. I just did for 15 days. So let me now share with you my experience in the 15 days that I did it. Okay. I don't think I was ready to do 90 days, 3 months. If I do that, my wife might leave me, so I might as well do a shorter one. But maybe in the future I might do it. So I went through that for 15 days. So let me share the experience with you. What happened actually in the 15 days. So in the 15 days when I was there, like I said, it's total darkness. You're just alone. Maybe they just have a small light in the bathroom, and so that the thing is, it's like a room. There's a bed for you to sleep. There's a table for you to sit, and there's a bathroom for your facilities. And in the bathroom there's just one small light so that you don't slip and fall or whatever. So you can take your shower. You can brush your teeth or whatsoever, but it's in total darkness. Okay. And that most important thing, which I think today will be tough for everybody, there was no handphone. Okay, no handphone at all, because there's no electricity inside. There's no reading. You can't read anything because it's total darkness. So that was the challenge. The first few hours, the challenge was the handphone, because all of us, we are so addicted to the handphone. The handphone is in our hands, most of the time, and we're looking at messages and all that. So that was the first challenge. A little bit of a shock for me, because I'm cut off from the world. What is happening outside the world? But as hours goes by, it became very, very difficult, just being alone, and with no communication, no nothing, it became alone. And but thank God, because I have practiced meditation, I've practiced yoga, I've practiced some chanting. So I was actually keeping myself, entertaining myself, so to speak, to go out throughout the day. But even you entertain yourself, it's 24 hours. You can't entertain yourself for 24 hours, and you lose track of day. You don't know it's day, you don't know it's night, because total darkness. The only time something is happening is when the food comes in. They just give you a knock and they say, okay, the food comes in. That's the only time it's breakfast or your lunch or whatsoever. But other than that, you totally lose the sense of time. But the greatest challenge I faced inside the kuti, and which I like to share with all the audience here, the discovery that I made while I was kuti for 15 days, is that we got two minds. One is a positive mind and one is a negative mind. And our biggest enemy is not outside, it's inside. We are constantly battling ourselves with this positive guy and a negative guy. These two guys are fighting every day. Every day they're fighting. But because I was alone, I got nothing else. I observed these two guys actually fighting each other. But unfortunately for us, the negative guy is stronger than the positive guy. Unfortunate for all of us. Why? Because we have been giving a lot of negative information, what I call food, to this negative guy, and he became stronger. He became so strong that he actually dictates your life. He tells you can't do this. He tells you this is not possible. You are not there to do things, and you believe this guy because he's actually giving you all negative information, and the positive guy, sometimes he gets awake, he's awakened up and he tries to fight. He might win some war, but most of the time he loses. And that's where you restrict yourself. The restriction of oneself is actually happening inside. It's not outside. Outside, every one of us are facing the same thing, but the inner battle that you have, and because the battle, that negative guy is stronger, it actually is sort of make you uh, do things or not do things that you think you should be do, but he will tell you not to do it, and this was the war that was taking place with me for 15 days. I was constantly battling with this positive and negative, and it really got crazy because the negative guy tells you stories. I give you example of stories they give you. Okay, my my mother died. That's kind of a story the negative fellow will tell you. Your mother died. Why are you sitting inside here? Get out this kuti. The funeral is going to take place tomorrow, and you as the eldest son, you are not there. Can you imagine this kind of stories the negative guy is giving you? And he make it so real that you want to give up what you're doing, because they are telling you things which is not true, but you believe it. you know and it tells you, I mean, I'm just giving you my mother. It tells you a story about my wife, telling my children are sick, they need a father today. Why are you sitting here? So it's constantly, and I know my awareness knows that this is not true, but because the guy haunts you every day, haunts you every minute, you think it's true. You really think it's true. uh, but I fought it for 15 days. And the way I fought it was trying to grow my positive mind. And the way I grew my positive mind was remembering good things in my life. The good things in my life, the past where it made me happy, where my first daughter was born. How did I feel when my daughter was born? Um, uh, when I go through certain things, that achievements, how did I feel? So I kept feeding positive information to my mind, so that my positive mind can challenge its negative mind. And I start playing stories uh, about how great life is going to be in ahead. What are the great things that's going to take place in my life? What are the things I can do to help people? How am I helping people? How am I helping the environment? So these things, I build this story as if it's real, but it's all positive stories, so that I can grow my positive guy to challenge this negative fellow, so they are in the same strength, so to speak. So I kept on doing. But Rajvin, trust me, your negative guy is stronger than your positive guy. Trust me, okay? Because we have put too much of information to our head, telling things that we cannot do. And the whole world outside, it's a lot of negative news. And we absorb this negative news, We absorb it, and that's where you're actually giving food to this negative guy. Uh, so when I came out on the 15th day, I think Waran just showed a photograph of me, coming out of the thing for 15 days. Uh, it was a battle every day, Rajvin. It's a battle. I'm thinking, when the hell I'm going to come out from this place? It was a real battle because, like I said, the negative guy is stronger. But when I came out, Rajvin, the awareness that I came out after the 15 day, and this is the doctor, the Ayurveda doctor, who actually took me through this thing. When I came out, it gave me a strong awareness that anything in life is possible. Anything, whatever, like what you're doing today. I known you from a baby. I've seen you when you were a few years old. And what I see you today, that gives me joy, because these are things that most people say you cannot do, but you have done it. You are running a live show. Not many will do all this. I mean, able person like me also might not do what you're doing, because that's what all of us are capable of doing. And that's the awareness I got. The awareness I got is that be aware that in your mind, that most times of the things that if they say they cannot do, it's you yourself telling you cannot do, not outside people. And if you become aware about it, the first thing is being aware. And I think that's the most important thing, being aware about it, and then tell yourself that this can be done. You get some help. And that's the, so to speak, the message that I got for everyone. The 15 days I've been, I mean, there was nothing. I don't think anything happened in my body. I don't think I looked younger or whatsoever. But the strongest message is what was happening in my mind, and which I felt that I wanted to share this story. Now, if ever something happened where I can say positive, it could be only one thing. Not many people know. Actually, I'm OKU. Okay, orang kurang upaya. In Malaysia they call it orang kurang upaya, or in what it basic means, OKU is because both my hearing are gone. Okay, so I got a cut. I got an OKU cut, to says my hearing is gone, meaning to say I can't hear that well. I should be having a hearing aid, but today after I came up from there, I can hear. I'm not wearing hearing aid. I can get to, okay, sometimes it's difficult for me to hear in a conversation where there's a lot of noise at the background, but I can hear, and I can run a meeting, I can listen to everybody. So maybe that could be one aspect of the positive thing that happened while I went there. My hearing became better, but other than that, I'm still the same old guy, just living just like all of you, but slightly aware about the positive and the negative part that we have in our mind, which is battling on a daily basis. So that's about all I would like to share. And if you have any questions, or any of the participants who are watching today's show, if you feel that you need to ask me any questions or whatsoever, I
I
will be.
think, Pak Jo, there's a question. Question.
Mm,
Go says, "What if you stop halfway?"
yeah, you can. Like I said, nobody stops you from stopping. And from what I hear from the doctor, most people stop because they cannot live alone. They just couldn't take it when they are alone for few days, especially today. Today we are so addicted to the phone that the phone is actually controlling our lives sometimes. you know so many people actually leave out on the third day or fourth day. Some people even leave out on the first day. So nobody is going to stop you, because if you're not capable of doing it, like I said, the negative mind will say you're not capable, then you will come out. Okay. But my goal one day is to go through the 90 days. My goal. Okay. So that's why I went a 15-day, 2 weeks session, and hopefully, in the future, I can do a 90-day session. So to Mego, Sue Mego, if you want to come out, you can always come out. Yep.
And then she's asking, any special meaning behind all of this?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was more of experience and discovery when I heard that this is something that is practiced in ancient Indian science, 10,000, 5,000 years ago. For me, it was an experience. But if you go and read it out, it's basically trying to keep yourself healthy as far as your organs are concerned, so that you can live longer, not facing the aged issues. Like now, I told you about my mother. My mother is 90 years old today. She's still alive, but her age issues are that she's going through dementia. She doesn't know anything. And my sister has to take care. She doesn't know she has breakfast. She doesn't know she has dinner. So dementia is one of the issues that aged people get. So if you do not want to go through this, you don't want to trouble people. So you want to make yourself healthy and mind, body, and soul. This is what Kayapa Kalpa is all about, to keep yourself healthy as you grow older, internally. Yeah.
Yeah. So the next question would be, do you have any additional tips for the audience who wish to, to reverse their aging process?
I mean, the only tip I get is you go and participate. But if you ask me, what other things that you can do on a day-to-day basis, it's not that you just go to Kuti and spend 90 days there and trying to reverse your age or whatsoever. But I think on a day-to-day basis, if you ask me, I mean, I can only share two or three things which I do on a daily basis. Number one, meditate. Meditation to me is the one of the key foundation of you keeping your mind healthy. And the question of how long do you meditate? I think even 5-10 minutes, or maybe even you don't call it meditation. I think you call it quiet time. Just sit down in one corner, close your eyes, and just stay quiet for a while. So on a daily basis, I do it for 1 hour. Sometimes 45 minutes, but most of the time the 1 hour, where I just sit quietly and I just You can say whatever, contemplate or whatsoever, but I just sit quietly, close my eyes. I do that, and actually, I don't even, I not only do at home. Actually, I do this outside. This in where I stay in KL. Uh, there's a park, so I do that. Right now, since I'm in UK right now, so I just do it in an apartment. The second thing I will highly recommend is respect animals. Animals also got life. They also got children. They also got feelings. They are just like us. The only thing is they can't talk. Other than that, they just have. So we don't have a right to eat them up. Okay, and today, it's so commercial that everybody is finger licking good, eating chicken and all that. So my suggestion is try to be a vegetarian. So I've been a vegetarian for over 30 over years. I've not touched any meat for 30 over years. But recently I've upped my tempo. That I've now stopped eating eggs. I don't have to drink fresh milk anymore. It's oat milk, soya milk, coconut milk. And it's a big thing. Rajvin, it's a very big thing in UK right now. Since I'm in Manchester right now, most restaurants have a vegan diet. Vegan food, and it's a big thing. Everybody talks about being a vegan. So I think the first thing is try not to hurt animals. Don't eat them. And the third thing, which not easy for you to do, but this which I do when I was in KL, is that I appreciate nature and I hug the tree every day. So it's a daily ritual that I do in the morning. Just before my meditation starts, I hug a tree. One special tree that I have in the park that I hug to show my gratefulness to the trees, because why I'm alive is because of oxygen, and the oxygen, the only producer of oxygen is plants and trees, and we should appreciate that they're keeping us alive. I mean, as much as you appreciate your parents, your teachers, and whatsoever, I think you should appreciate the tree, because the tree is keeping you alive. With 1 minute without oxygen, you're dead. So I do that on a daily basis, Rajvin. I hug a tree for a few minutes, maybe 3 to 4 minutes, to show my gratefulness, to show my I call it happiness that they kept me alive for the day. And sometimes I talk to the tree. That's it. Yeah.
There was any key takeaway for the audience, what would that be?
Go out and help. Go out and help people. I think this is the right time. A lot of people need help. And it will be good. People say, there's a saying, the more you give, the more you get. The more you receive. The more you give. So my one takeaway is, if you are in a situation that you can help people, and the help doesn't mean money. Sometimes help also means, your time. That will be good. The society need help. Yeah.
Okay. So before I go on to the second part, I think Prem Kumar has asked. Prem Kumar, my friend, he asked you. He asked you a question. What do you do upon waking?
Okay. Hi, Prem. Well, I'm an early guy, so I wake up around 5 o'clock in the morning on a daily basis. By the time I get out of my house after doing my usual stuff, it's around 5:30. So on a daily basis, Prem, I walk or I jog for an hour. Okay. So like I say, where I stay is a very nice place. So it's a lot of trees, a lot of fresh air. So for the first 1 hour, as soon as I wake up, the first 1 hour I exercise. Usually walking, a brisk walking. Sometimes I jog. So that's the first routine that I do. The second routine I just shared with you, I hug a tree. The third routine, I do some stretch exercise. And the fourth routine, I meditate for an hour. So by the time I finish all this and I head back home, it's around, 8 o'clock, 8:30, sometimes 9 o'clock, depending on how long I meditate. Okay. So 8:30 to 9, I'm back home. So that's what I do in the morning before I go out and do my usual work. Yeah. I hope it answered your question, Prem. But trust me, it's not easy to do. Because discipline is to be disciplined to do this on a daily basis every morning. It's not easy. You got to fight. Like I told you, the mind. When you want to wake up, the negative will say, "Why you want to wake up? Sleep, relax. You're okay. And then you open the window. It's raining. They say, "See, I told you it's raining. Don't do anything. Just sleep." So that's how the negative guy will tell you. But you just got to fight this guy and tell yourself, "Look, this is what I want to do. It keeps me healthy, keeps me fresh. I just have to do it." So you keep fighting with that. Even today, on a daily basis, the challenge is there. I'm telling you, it is not so easy as I tell you. It's really a challenge, but daily, it's very difficult to say it's a habit. Habit is like brushing your teeth. That's habit. But doing this kind of thing is discipline.
So thank you for the sharing, Pak Jo. Yeah. So
Yeah.
now we have come to the second segment of this on an evening with Rajvin and Waran, which is laughter yoga. The first exercise is laughter cream. You put a happy cream on your face, and just rub it. Just rub it all over your face, and you look younger every morning. You can do this and laugh. Ha 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 ha. As you're doing it, you're feeling stimulation on your face. Follow me, Pajo.
Yep.
Let's do this together. You rub your face and laugh. Yay. And then you say, very good, very good. Yay.
Thank good, thank good, thank good. Yay.
The next one is appreciation laughter, because you did such a good job today. Appreciation laughter, put your thumbs up and laugh. Ha 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 ha. Yay. And then the last exercise for the audience is guru laughter. I admit I learned from my mistakes. Ha 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 ha. I learned from the mistakes of others. Ha 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 ha. This exercise is to be done when you do a mistake and you want to laugh about it. You want to laugh instead of being angry. You want to laugh about it. You can do this exercise. So I would recommend to do it whenever you feel sad or angry. So before we end this evening, I would like to share some tips. We liked what you shared today. Thank you for sharing with us. My tips are somewhat similar. So as a finalist for Miss Amazing Malaysia Season 2 and a Laughter Ambassador, I believe that age is just a number. And my tips for reversing the age, right, is to do to practice gratitude. To practice gratitude. Gratitude is like on a daily basis. You say, I'm the forgiveness mantra. Like, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you. You say it to yourself, and when you say it to yourself, you automatically you forgive yourself for the mistakes, and you be in the present moment. The other thing is hug a tree. Hug a tree. I remember when I was doing these lawn balls sports, when I used to go for my boccia sports in Taman Mega. There is a lot of trees, so I used to hug a tree, and that brought me to the present. The other one is smiling and laughter yoga. Um, As you say, smiling and laughing is the best medicine. Um, because smiling and laughing will add years to your life, not life to your years. And so practice laughter yoga today, ladies and gentlemen. And for you also, Pak Jo, what can I say about you? You are awesome. And the last tip for today is self love, because if you don't love yourself, how are you going to love others? So what I learned from from laughter yoga and doing this platform with Waran is self love. If you love yourself, if you love yourself more, you can love others. So practice self love, and I hope all these tips that I've shared have benefited the audience. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Till we meet again, season 2 with another interesting guest, Nahantiran, next year, 29 January 2022. Thank you. Adios. Bye bye.
Yeah, Rajvin, just the last saying is that if anybody wants to get in touch with me, I'm in Facebook and in LinkedIn, so you can just connect and we can get each other connected. And if there's more that they need to know, I can always share. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you so much. Okay, guys. Cheers. Bye.